Hey everyone, Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. We are doing a little deck flip through slash exploration of decks that I have in my collection that deals with occupation or career job type of readings. And if you are just wanting to see the full deck flip through of the new deck I got, the Occupations Oracle, just click on the timestamp down below and you'll get right to that part of the video. Otherwise, I'm going to take you on a little baby journey of the decks I have used in the past for job, career, occupational type of readings. And I also will discuss the different ways you can actually use the Occupations Oracle. And it's not just related to career readings. You will be surprised at all the ways that you can actually use this deck. And I think I've only scratched the surface. So if you are interested in learning more about occupational decks or need some deck recommendations, stay tuned. Let's get into it. So here is the deck that I created, the Your Career and Money Oracle. But this is what I would call like situations or insights into your career and money matters. So I didn't put any jobs, careers, etc. into this deck. It's 110 cards that like over giving, that describe situations that you may encounter when you are on your career journey, right? Or money journey. We have overspending, motivation, goals, take action now, inspired action, overtime, deadlines, use your voice, work hard in silence, patience, unethical, unfulfilled, job offer. So you see, that's the type of scenarios that I have in this deck. I don't have the whole job thing going on in this deck, and it was intentional. I didn't want to have jobs. I wanted it to be just guidance on what to do in a career situation or a money matter. So I'm just showing you this so you can see, like, okay, I had a special need for a career deck. All right. I like this one. There is something better. And he's packing up his box. He's getting out of there. Work smarter, not harder. So yeah, that is the Your Career and Money Oracle that I created. And so it has 0 occupational cards in here, 0. All right, so the next one I want to talk to you about is the Life Purpose Oracle cards. It's a 44 card deck by Doreen Virtue. It is out of print, and I've used it for a long time now. This is what I would go to for job, occupation, career type readings. And let me show you like the percentage of the cards that are devoted to jobs versus, say, situations or guidance about your life purpose, for example. So this is the number of cards that are devoted to occupations. That's a good chunk or percentage compared to this percentage of cards like career change or time to decide or options, freedom, so you have those types of cards in this deck. And then you have cards like occupation, so you have travel. So maybe your job is going to involve travel, maybe a travel agent, or you travel for work, right? Study, maybe going back to school, or research. Maybe you're a researcher, something of that, along those lines. academia, perhaps. Writing, maybe you're a writer, content writer, a columnist, a novelist. This is one of my favorites. Oracle cards. You're unable to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. So maybe you're like me, a diviner, card diviner. Yay. Energy healing. So you see there are a lot of cards in here that touches on the different types of work you could do. I like to use this deck more though for life purpose type of readings. Yes, it does touch on career, like jobs or career paths you could go, but you could be an energy healer or maybe be called to do energy healing, but that's not necessarily your occupation, right? Or maybe you are a nurse, but your side business is, maybe you're a Reiki master or something like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We have body work, like such as massage therapy, energy healing, which is interesting. That's also here. Physical therapy or exercise training. Artist. Author. Justice. Some of them kind of seem a little repetitive, but it doesn't bother me. We have nutrition, dietitian or nutritionist, or someone who specializes in the culinary arts. Counseling. Crystals. Environmentalist. So some of them are very specific. Music. Teaching. And the thing I feel is that your life purpose can be infused in your occupation that you choose to have. Or your life purpose is your occupation. So this is why I do reserve this reading for more like life purpose type of readings, but it can work for a career reading. So if you have this deck and you haven't used it in a while and someone asks you to do this type of reading, you're covered. You got it. We have family. Speaker. So I'm going to stop there, but just to give you an idea of the types of occupations, maybe veterinarian here with the animals, that is covered in this deck, the Life Purpose Oracle cards. And again, I just still felt a need to get an occupation only deck. All right, let's move on. Okay, so the next one is the Career and Money Oracle, not to be confused with the one I created that I showed you a little bit ago. This is by Maruka X. I got this off of Etsy, and I'm going to show you. So this is a 110 card deck. So this is the percentage of cards that are devoted to occupations. So so it's not half of this deck by any measure, but it does have a good number here. So if you're in the market for a good, well-rounded career and money oracle that includes occupations or career paths, etc., in the deck, you can go for the Career and Money Oracle. And I think that Maruka X has other career and money oracles in the shop. I just have to say that these decks are pricey, the one Maruka X offers, but I still use this deck in conjunction with my deck that I've made. So let me show you. We have Promoter, another leadership card. But it could be like you're taking on a leadership role, maybe a supervisor, management, etc. Office management, administrative or management roles. And this deck comes with little key phrases here, 3 bullet point key phrases. I will link in the description box down below links to each of the decks that I mentioned, with the exception of the Life Purpose one, because I don't think I did one for that one by Doreen Virtue. It's by that point I had the deck for a while, but then she denounced everything. And so I was like, I'm not going to even bother doing a deck flip through. We have real estate. Okay. Like property manager, realtor. It says interior design, architecture, or any home business. And then it also has key phrases like build a solid foundation prior to building several stories above it. Or it's time to go back to basics to strengthen your finances. So it doesn't have just the career aspects, which I like as well. Writer, planner, crafter. Okay, and planner could be, it says here, careers in event planning, project manager, or professional organizer could be for you. Okay, naturally, there's the other bullet points are talking about ways to plan, right, surrounding your career. Crafter, media, laborer, spirituality. You may be called to become a spiritual advisor, healer, or anything in the occult. Okay. Health. Consider careers in the medical field, massage therapy, or any healing work. Yes. Beauty. Okay, I like that. Science. Legal. And Gaia says protecting the planet. Herbalism, so like an environmentalist. Herbalism, livestock, or working with nature could be for you. The artist, photographer, painter, film, graphic artist, or web designer. Okay. Student, counselor, teacher, parenthood. So you see, and this one says transporter, which is like travel for work, right? Driving or shipping could appeal to you. Mechanic, independent. Helper, such as like customer service, right? Designer. Voice, careers in radio, public relations, or anything in communications. Retail, e-commerce, whether it's goods or services. Okay. Be a sport. You could be great in any sports career or in the field of health and fitness. Okay. Entertainer. Justice. Your career may be in law, such as police, military, in courts, or the criminal justice system, I'll add. And money manager, money management, banking, accounting, or anything in finance. So that's the career and money oracle. And like I said, this is a great deck, right? You've got a good, well-rounded number of cards here that if you got this deck, you would have a nice, complete working career and money oracle for yourself. All right, now let's move on to the full flip through of the Occupations Oracle by B. Love and Crystals. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, so here are the gorgeous card backs. I just love them so much. I really do. I just love this. I don't know, the silhouette. It's just really cool. Really, really cool. So let's get into this flip through. Okay. So we have agriculture. It says here, raising livestock, beekeeping, farming, crop cultivation. So it's got this dollar sign. You can see the gentleman, I'm assuming, with a plaid shirt, jeans, looked like pulled up some turnips. But, this could be, marijuana cultivation. It could be somebody who has a greenhouse of some sort. I don't know if agriculture also, there might be something in here about floral, like a florist. So maybe not necessarily like a floral garden or something, but, agriculture. Maybe tending to someone else's land, for example. I don't know. So we have that one. Let's keep going. Animal and pest control. Exterminator, wildlife control, animal control officer, animal and pest control. Very specific, but hey, if it comes up, you lean into your intuition on what it could be speaking to, or you could say this is be something that you could do in the meantime, like especially if you're doing a reading for someone who's just starting out, trying to find a job or find a career path. These could be some options for them. We have art and design, digital media, fine arts, photography, architecture, interior design. I suppose you could maybe include tattooing, like a tattoo artist in that as well. We have auto services, auto mechanic, auto body tech, roadside assistance. I'm trying to think of any other auto services, maybe auto like detailing something. That's not on there, but I'm just thinking all the different types of occupations that could fall under that umbrella. Beauty care, hairstylist, nail specialist, makeup artist, body painter. Cute. I like this card. Building maintenance, plumber, electrician, roofer, HVAC specialist. Now, if you were doing a love reading, right? And the person is looking for love, seeking a partner, and they want to know more about their partner, and they want to know what kind of occupations have they had or do they have now. You could pull one or two cards and see maybe what they did in the past and maybe what they do presently and maybe what they would be doing in the future to help flesh out who this person is that's coming their way. Because if you've been a reader for a while, you're going to get those folks who want to know a little bit more about who might be the next one coming into their life and what do they do and how are they as a person? What are they into? So this deck could help with that, right? For me also, it can help me with my mystery mystic type readings where I am exploring the occupation of a perp, or I'm exploring maybe a victim's, past and maybe where they may have encountered the perp, maybe past work. Like if the tarot is telling me this was, someone that they worked with. Okay, well, what kind of work? We all have a resume. Many of us do, not all, but many of us do. So you could think of all the different ways and different types of readings you could use this deck for, not just career and occupation readings. We have caregiver, childcare, home attendant, resident advisor, nursing aide. Okay. Cleaning services, janitor, corporate cleaner, house cleaner, maid, housekeeper. And I was thinking maybe like someone who helps with organization, like helping someone to organize their home, declutter, things like that. Maybe not just a straight up like house cleaner or maid, Community, librarian, crossing guard, sanitation worker. And you could, if it's nonprofit, maybe it's someone who's a community activist, someone who works to support volunteers, but they're paid by the county. Community, there's so many different jobs I can think of that could fall underneath this umbrella. Maybe works at the school part-time, at the local school, elementary school. Conservation, park ranger, environmentalist, researcher, climatologist. Super important. This is an important career path. Corporate office, receptionist, support staff, data entry, office manager. And if you've worked in corporate America, again, this is a very broad umbrella that you could think of so many different jobs that could fall underneath the corporate route. So if a person was weighing whether or not to go corporate or not, and this card came up, it's like, oh, this is a sign. Like maybe somebody was like, well, I was trying to choose between this one office job or There's this park and rec job that's come up, and I don't know which one I should go with. And then this one came up. This would be like, well, if you're looking for more stability, you want to be out of the elements, out of the rain and the weather and the sunny days. Maybe you want to be in the sunny days. Maybe this is, if this came up, it's going to really ask you to analyze how would you feel about being in an office all day. For many years, for 20 years of my career life, I was in an office, an air-conditioned office. I like that. Not everybody likes that. So, again, helping people to figure out what it is that they really want out of their workday each day. Craft work. It says needlework, ceramics, tailor, woodworking, sewer, seamstress. Cool. Culinary arts, catering, chef, food design, recipe developer, food writer. Oh, cool. Culinary arts. Education, teacher, tutor, principal, administrative staff. I suppose, if education and like the cleaning one came up, you could be like, oh, maybe you might want to be a school janitor. Very stable work, consistent work. You get to be by yourself, put your headphones on and get to cleaning, and you get in and out all by yourself. Engineering. Civil, electrical, mechanical, biomedical, aerospace, and chemical. Entertainment. Musician, dancer, performer, actor, comedian, and magician. Really fun graphics. I really like it. Event planner. Parties, showers, weddings, corporate events. And this is good cardstock too. Yes, it's glossy, but what I liked about like the Career and Money Oracle that I previously showed you by Maruka X is it's the same kind of glossy cardstock that's really, it's just really good cardstock. It lasts. It takes a lot. It's taken a lot of readings from me, riffle shuffling, overhand shuffling, and it's held up quite well over the years. So I have a feeling this one will do the same because it feels like similar cardstock. Fashion designer, model, stylist, fashion illustrator, fashion buyer, or you could say merchandiser. So there's that, getting into the fashion world. Maybe even a fashion blogger. Maybe you get the writer card in fashion, So there you go. Finance, retail banker, investment banker, accountant, budget analyst. Floristry, floral design, nursery attendant, horticulturalist, flower delivery. Cool. Food services, waiter, food vendor, bartender, food prep, griller, dishwasher. Government and politics, elected official, election clerk, campaign assistant, interpreter. And because I've worked for the state, I do know like there's analysts and there's all kinds of departments that support the government, the local and state government. So the sky's the limit, really. If this card came up, I would like really strongly encourage people to consider, applying for their city, county, state jobs, because it's stable typically for most states, right? And you really could build a career there. Hard labor, landscaping, construction, carpentry, dirty jobs. When I think of hard labor, I think of like also crime scene cleanup. I remember my cousin, he is so like, you would never in a million years dream that he would ever be a crime scene cleanup person, but he wanted a good paying job. But he wears designer clothes, he never really gets his hands dirty, and he told us that he was so excited about getting this job, and we all just like fell out. Like, what? He lasted maybe a few days. It was not, yeah. So that to me would be hard labor. I don't think I could do it. Health and wellness, nutritionist, holistism, psychologist, massage, physical therapist. Okay. Homemaker, meal prep, parenting, budgeting, cleaning, housework. Yes, all of that. It's a lot. It's a full-time job. Hunting and fishing, commercial fisher, outfitter, wildlife management, guide. Police, law enforcement, police officer, federal officer, investigations, corrections. Okay. Law services, paralegal, lawyer, judge, legal secretary. I guess you put like court reporter and such. And if you got these two, maybe it's like, oh, deputy, like in the courtroom. I don't know. Manufacturing, assembly, production, operations, welder, machinist. Medicine, doctor, nurse, technician, pharmacist, medical researcher. I guess you could also, if someone's like, I'm not going to ever go to medical school, maybe you could be a medical biller, medical transcriptionist, you know? Military, Army, Marines, Space, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, National Guard. Oh, and you know what, legal? I meant to say this with legal. Where is it? Is it? Did I pass it? Law services. Also, you could be like arbitration, arbitrators, and, you know. So I wanted to mention that too, because you think outside the box as well on, you know, or the, you know, what could fall underneath the law services umbrella. Mining, coal, iron, oil, gas, precious metals. And maybe you don't necessarily do the work, but, you know, like this kind of work, but maybe you work for a coal mining company or iron or oil, a gas company, and you work in their customer service department, right? You don't have to necessarily be out there on the rigs. Okay, mortuary services, funeral director, embalmer, hearse driver, oh my gosh, groundskeeper, cool. Oh. Oof. Museum, historian, curator, archivist, exhibit designer, tour guide. That would be a lot of fun for me. I like that card. Natural science, biological science, earth science, physics, chemistry. News media, reporter, journalist, videographer, producer. And in some instances, blogger. Personal assistant, shopper, researcher, scheduler, coordinator. Pets, and you can even start your own personal assistant business, right? Virtual assisting, perhaps, and specialize in in different areas. Pet services, pet groomer, dog walker, pet sitter, trainer, shelter staff. Radio industry, host, disc jockey, producer, sound engineer, assistant. You see how, and I think this is what I think, and I apologize. I'll put the number of cards this deck has in the description box. I want to say it's 54, but I will make sure I put it in the description box how many cards is in here. But it's just really nice that it's just devoted to occupations, right? Real estate, investor, agent, broker, landlord, maintenance. You can stager, right? Home decorator. I suppose. Oh, and well, real estate could be a relocation specialist, maybe. Religion, clergy, nun, licensed minister, church secretary, or maybe treasurer or something. Retail, cashier, customer service, shelf stocker, management. And retail could be services or products or services, right? Search and rescue, firefighter, paramedic, lifeguard, support services. Security, loss prevention, bodyguard, security guard, bouncer. Okay. Self-employed, entrepreneur, freelancer, social media influencer, creator. Okay, so she had us covered in there. Content creation, self-employed. Social worker, therapist, guidance counselor, child protective services. Spiritualist, medium, psychic, diviner, energy healer, light worker. You could be like, oh, tarot reader, spiritualist. Someone who's into shamanic work. Feng shui, maybe. Energetic healing, right? Reiki master. Sports and fitness. Professional athlete, phys ed, it says. Personal trainer and coach. Supply chain. Mail carrier, dock worker. Courier, mail clerk, office, hub worker. When I work for the state and when I work for for an insurance company, no one seemed to have more fun than the folks in mailroom. I mean, they had the music going, and I mean, they just seemed like they were having a good old time, camaraderie, just people having a good time. To me. Meanwhile, I'm under a lot of pressure upstairs, right? So technology, coder, web developer, networking, cybersecurity, telecommunications. And V11 in Crystals has a channel, and so she also has a flip through of her decks. She has a lot of decks that you all have to check out. They're really, really thoughtful. People love her decks. Like when you see the reviews on Etsy, you can see why. And I'm so happy I finally have one of her decks. Transportation, bus driver, taxi driver, limo driver, train conductor, truck driver. I mean, I suppose you could be like pilot? I don't know. Maybe somebody, captain of a ferry boat. Travel, pilot, okay, she got it covered here. Pilot, flight crew, car rental agent, cruise ship, and hotel staff, travel agent. So she got us covered. And writing, columnist, author, editor, copywriter, transcriptionist. Yes. So yeah, I am so excited to have this deck. It's just what I was looking for. And yes, I bought this during a low buy year, but it's still within my very tiny deck budget. Hold on. Let's see. It's within my very low budget. So I said, I'm going to get this because I know I can use this in a multitude of different kinds of readings. And that's what I was hoping for. That's exactly what I needed. So it has rounded out my career and occupations decks that I use. So I'm happy about that. I feel like, okay, that section of my collection is complete for now, right? That's how I feel. So friends, let me know what you think of this gorgeous, gorgeous deck. I'm curious to hear from you. Have you ever been in the market for such a deck? Do you have any other recommendations? Let me know. If you have any questions about this deck, let me know that as well in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you and chat with you down below. So do me a favor on your way out. Please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Take good care of yourselves. I will see you all around. Bye for now.